With the Windsor framework of Rishi Sunak's new Brexit deal being rejected by pretty much all of his closest allies, and the Metropolitan Police being found to be institutionally racist, sexist and homophobic, Rishi Sunak wants you to know that everything's okay.
The government will also now work with the Mayor and the Metropolitan Commissioner to ensure that culture, standards and behaviour all improve.
But the culture in the Met Police that we're talking about is one of racism, sexism and homophobia, so fixing that requires an awareness of those injustices and a desire to change them, which is the definition of woke. And didn't you spend your election campaign saying,
"This woke nonsense that wants to cancel our history, our values"?
You even told police to be less woke, and your Home Secretary told police that political correctness was a distraction to be avoided. You are the problem, and yet you're claiming to be the solution.
Because there's no need to back that plan, because we're already taking action to tackle the issues that are raised in the Casey report. That is a Conservative government doing everything we can.
The report literally complains about the long history of these problems being highlighted, new policies being announced, and then people immediately act like the problem's already been solved, which is exactly what he's doing now. Despite the fact that, as I said, he is the problem.
It's the same old Labour, soft on crime, soft on criminals.
Dude, you literally are a criminal. You've had 2 police fines in the last 12 months, and your former boss is basically on trial for that as we speak. Do you want Labour to go harder on you? Because I'm sure they'd be happy to. And then when he's asked about Partygate,
I had no advance knowledge about what had been planned, having arrived early for a meeting.
Imagine having to go from Labour's too soft on crimes to, look, here's why I commit crimes. Especially if you're going to use the same "I got ambushed by cake" excuse that Boris used, to which the obvious answer is, why didn't you get up and leave when it became an illegal gathering?
The Windsor framework represents a good deal for the people and families and businesses
So why not
of
us?
Northern Ireland. It restores the balance of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement.
The balance of the Good Friday Agreement was between people who want Northern Ireland to be part of the UK, Unionists, and those who want it to be part of the Republic of Ireland, Nationalists. And the biggest Unionist party in Northern Ireland has rejected that deal specifically because it still creates more of a barrier between Northern Ireland and Great Britain than there was before. So objectively, it has not restored the balance of the Good Friday Agreement. And now for a bit of pure populism whereby the government pretends that whatever they want to do is what the people want to do.
But we're also, Mr. Speaker, delivering on the people's #1 priority, which is to stop the boats and end illegal migration.
#1 priority? Are you kidding me? Most people's top priority is feeding their kids, not punishing refugees for daring to ask for our help. And on food prices,
no one wants to see people struggling with week-to-week bills like food, which is why it's so imperative we stick to our economic plan.
Your economic plan? The Bank of England has already said that your Brexit has added 6% to the cost of food. And at the end of this year, you plan to start doing Brexit import checks, which even Jacob Rees-Mogg said will add up to 71% to the cost of food. So your economic plan is starvation. To be fair, it must be hard for Rishi Sunak constantly being dishonest in Parliament, knowing that the ghost of Christmas future is in the room next door.